Hello everyone, this is another section analysis tutorial. In the previous example, we have learned how to model, how to analyze a simple reinforcement concrete section in cross-section design software. Now we want to add I-beam section inside the reinforcement concrete section, and then we will evaluate how this cross-section responds, and we will take the moment curvature of that curve and also the stress strain distribution across the cross section. So let's suppose that's same examples, and this example is which has 30 centimeters by 50 meters height, 50 centimeters height, and we're considering 5 centimeters clear cover, concrete cover, and 12 rebar, which is this time we're gonna make it a little lower, and this is number 16, and the concrete is 25 megapascal, 20 megapascal, and still for the reinforcement rebar is 350 megapascal, which is utilizing the yield strength of this one. And we also add an I section profile to the core area or the center of this column, this section. So we jump to the software. You can see the software. For drawing, it's a rectangular. You can automatically take this point. So the depth is, the weight is 30 centimeters, which is going to be minus 0.15 and minus 0.25. In the one point should be here, and I point it take automatically here, and the second one be equal but in the positive direction, so it be 0.25. So I'm gonna add it here. So now here is the concrete section. The second one is so I'm gonna draw the rebar here, the rebar, and I can automatically draw this one here. So now I draw here, and it's 8 and 8, so just adding 2 in the vertical area, and this would be totally 12 number 16. You can change any number you want. So here also you can see the concrete is default reinforcement rebars here, and in the Y you can see which is reducing 5 centimeters. You can also change, like if you want to give 3 centimeters, you can take it 0.22, you will do 1, 2, so then it will be changed. Now it's finished. The next one is going to add the profile or I-beam section. So my proposed I section is 200 by 200. So this is mostly can be found in different code. So let me I found this in a Chinese steel cross section. You can come to here and you can get this one 200 by 200. So the position is here. This center should be in the center that you want be added in the center of that section. So you can change it to any location. So it's in 0, 0, which is here. So the material is a bilinear steel material, so which later we can change this bilinear material. So insert, and it will be here. Now one thing, this is a little not practical, that's touching. In case if we weld this one, maybe good or not. So I'm gonna change this one. Let me change it and go to properties, and I come to here, and I'm going to instead of 200, and I'm going to use this one 300 by 200. So the 200 is also because we giving about 5 on this side, 5 on this side, so it's quite different. So if I go to change this one to be 3 centimeters cover, so that'll be okay. Now I'm going to change the profile to 250, 125, or 150 by 300. So this is quite correct, and it's nice. So you can see it. And now the section modeling is completed, so we can change the material, we usually have three materials. One is concrete, default concrete, and the second is reinforcement, and the third one is steel, bilinear steel. So we can come to here in a concrete, we can change it to 20 or 25 megapascal, which is default. You can add from the library here. So, and then giving to this, I'm going to call this one insert, select it only, and then okay. If I come to here and right click here, and instead of that one, I'm going to using this 2025. Now the second one is that bilinear material. I can come to here. In the bilinear material, you will give the steel or profile properties. So the first one is modulus elastic. You can give 200 gigapascal or as much as you want, and the yield strength. So you give like 10%, 20% that you have. So based on the properties of that steel that you want. So so this two is quite important. In the second one is in the second line, so the which is called E2 modulus elastic 2, then it will be difference. And also the epsilon in the maximum is 0.1. You can considering almost 5% or 50% to 10%. Now in case if the compression and tension is different, so then you can check it and use other properties. Now with symmetric, we're gonna using this one, and I'm called OK. The last one is the reinforcement rebar. So we have two options. You can add the same two multiple reinforcement. So this one is 350, and in case if you want to add the same things with the called defaults, and it's already in is already has here, and it can be one. And also we can add from the library, we can give it like is 300 automatically in the here, and then say OK, and then comes to the reinforcement here, and I select reinforcement, new properties, and in the reinforcement you just select that is 300. So now we have added the material as well. So the next we want to go to the analysis, and we want to check the parameters. So we have two parameters, and the first one is ultimate limit state, and the second one is some other linear, bilinear, parabolic, and also it will include this one. And we can give this data for the yield strength of the reinforcement rebar and also the plastic strain. So we already defined this one, and a maximum epsilon is 0. Which is 20%, 20%. So okay, we want to evaluate based on this one, and also we can go to the other material, which is the bilinear material. This is the bilinear. The plastic safety factor is 1. You can it's automatically, and it's called use all stress strain curve as a define first one, and also you have a chance to ask the analysis should stop when it reach to this tensile stress or compressive strain. So we're gonna use the giving the bilinear curve as well. Okay, and now we go to the calculation parameter. So the first calculation parameter, you can see relative target error should be here. So it is some actually default data. You can change it, so maybe it will affect in the result, but it will be also affect on the analysis time. Now we can go to the inertial moment. We can analyze, so it's no need now. Just we go to the moment curvature. I'm going to call load cases. So we in the load cases we want to evaluate in the wider, in the z direction in the top. So I can select this one and add. We also can calculate in the y direction as well. So, and we have two options. One is called service load state, and the second one is called ultimate load states. So I'm gonna call ultimate. So now called OK. So it's called load case. This one have been assigned with a rectangular concrete, so it's not applicable for the concrete, just be service load. So now called OK. Now we define the moment curvature load cases, and we're gonna go to analysis and program automatically analyze the section. So the last thing is we want to show the result, and you can see the result is like this. So the structure actually took to this amounts of force, which is almost 2000 kilonewton, and the maximum in ultimate is 2500 kilonewton. So then automatically the structure failed here. So this is the capacity of this structure. Now you can see the actual force and the strain. And the second one also here. So this is the stress curve, actual force and strain. And we also can export this graph data to the Excel sheet as well, and we want to see the stress strain curve. So the stress curve is like this, and you can see the red curve, which is minus negative this area, and the blue one, which is the steel, which is minus 200. So it provided this kind of compression. So the entire structure is in compression, and the capacity is, and this one 900, and the moment is here. In case if you want to design this one, then you come back to here to the analysis, and then you have to call the form configuration, and then you provide the actual force moment that you want to design this section. So but final our main focus was here to how to get this moment curvature curve of the structure. So this is the actual force strain, not the moment curvature. So the moment curvature is moment curvature is not provided because in the beam we are not using this sort of composite, but instead we're using some sort of pre-stress or some other elements to improve, but mostly we use for the column. So now you can see the actual force via the strain in the moment curvature analysis. So this is the end of the tutorial. If you have any question, please put in the comment, and I will find time to answer you. See you next time.